Hey, Mark.
How you doing, Chef?
Good. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Did you do your homework?
I just got the skin off of them. I was about to take out the seeds.
Beautiful.
So that guy was a harsh critic, huh?
Yeah, it had me laughing. I posted a Brada picture online from the Brada edition, the Wigwam, and he was making comments about how I stack food, how I put the cheese on top of the tomato salad.
No kidding.
Yeah, everyone has an opinion. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, Chef. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Okay.
Only one meal kit today?
No one else likes peppers.
Oh, that's great. Did you get your homework done?
Homework is in process. I got it in the bowl right now.
Beautiful.
Smells really good in the house.
Perfect.
To me.
I love this smell. Kels, you want to clear the screen? So I'm just peeling mine now.
All right.
You know, and if you leave a little skin on it, it's fine. It's just, you know, all the skin on there, the egg batter won't bind as well. So we want to try and get as much off as possible.
That makes sense. I'm leaving the office.
So, all right. So, Chiles Rellenos today. Happy Taco Tuesday.
That's right.
My kids are in the basement right now eating tacos, so we do it every Tuesday. So, all right. So we roasted these poblanos already, right? And now we're just going to take a knife and just score a little slit in them. You don't want to open on both sides because we don't want the cheese to fall out. And then just make a little pocket and then just try and dig as many seeds out as you can. If you could pull the entire stem out, that's awesome. And then you can just take your fingers and just kind of shake the seeds out. Now, some people like to run these underwater. I don't like to because I want all these pepper juices. I love the flavor of poblano peppers. So I normally don't run them underwater like that. All right. And then, good, you got a good view of my board. So that works well. So let me know when you guys are cut up and we can get into stuffing these suckers. I'm sure you could figure it out if you look at the fact that you have cheese and a cut open pepper. but we'll do it together anyways.
The cheese goes on the outside, right?
No, the cheese is going to go on the inside.
Kidding.
Mark, how'd your risotto come out the other night?
Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. My wife and I loved it.
Good. Good. You've made it before, I'm assuming, right?
I have not. That was my first time, I think, making a risotto.
Wow. Well, it's good. Happy you learned how.
So am I. I'll be thrilled to make that again.
Good. Good. Yeah, it's fun. Once you figure it out, now, like I said, you could just add whatever you want to it, which is great.
Yeah, I will definitely do that again. It was just so nice and creamy. I love the shrimp in there. Just delicious.
You know, my favorite is like a sausage and pepper risotto with crumbled Italian sausage. I love that.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, you got to add a little extra cheese, but it's so good.
I'll give that a try. I was surprised at how little cheese it took to get that creaminess.
Well, because we properly, stirred the rice and cooked the rice and it broke that outer starch like I was talking about. That makes all the difference in a great risotto because some of these places, like some restaurants, they'll add heavy cream and they'll just boil the heck out of the rice and then pour heavy cream in there so you think it's creamy, but it's nowhere near the same mouthfeel as when you do it properly.
Yeah, it was very good.
Good.
I would like to try it with mushrooms.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love mushroom risotto. Everyone seems to love mushroom risotto.
Somebody was mentioning wine last night. That sounds kind of good. I'd like to try that.
So it's really cool. You can look it up. It's called a risotto Barolo or risotto Amarone, so named after the wines. But but it's literally like 75% of the liquid is wine. It's really cool. I love it. I've done it for, wine dinners. I've done it for just to do it. I mean, it's delicious.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a try. So usually white wines?
No, red wine.
Oh, really? Red wine? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Never great.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So should we stuff?
Let's stuff.
All right. Very, very technical stuff here, okay? Watch what I'm doing very carefully. You fold it over, and that's going to be it. So the stuffing part is simple, right? The hard part is going to be actually battering this and getting it in the pan without the stuffing falling out. So that's where it gets a little more technical. So we're going to talk about how to build the batter for a second. Just going to slide this board over. And now the batter for Chiles Rellenos, it's egg whites, and then we're going to fold in the yolk. So it's kind of an interesting technique, but you want the egg whites to be super frothy, and that's what's going to help give that great crust. So I'm going to crack my eggs and just drop my whites into the bowl and put my yolks aside. And then this is where your workout's going to come in, because we got to whip these to what's called soft peaks. And soft peaks is when they really start to froth up and actually become a little bit stiff in their consistency.
All right, so all the egg whites, and then start whisking.
Start whisking like crazy.
Is this what my mixer's for?
You can use a mixer for it, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like I'm doing 2 egg whites, so to do 2 egg whites in a mixer really doesn't work well with my mixer at home. But it's a good workout. But yeah, use a mixer. You'll fly through this then. The key to whisking too, so you're not like sitting there struggling, is make your wrist really loose. So it's all in your arm. And my hand I'm just very lightly holding the whisk. So my arm's doing all the work and not my wrist or my hand. So if you think of like when you make a meringue, this is the technique we use to make meringue too. We want to whip a lot of air into the egg whites. So now mine have hit that frothiness. You can see it's like a big mountain of egg whites. Maybe a white bowl wasn't my best decision, but I'll wait for you guys to catch up on that. Mark, don't think I didn't notice the hand change.
I'm not as good left-handed though.
No, it's very awkward.
Usually I have a partner that helps me with these hard tasks, but he's at home isolated.
Oh my goodness.
My wife doesn't enjoy these tasks.
Mine's downstairs doing the harder work. She's got all 4 kids down there.
No kidding, she does have the hard job. These coworkers of mine that have young families, I don't know how they're doing it. They're just tough.
My oldest is 5.5.
You know, does your wife work?
She's on a break because we had a baby about a month and a half ago.
Really?
So she's on her maternity leave. So I ended up, thankfully, working out in that regard.
Still, that's a big load for her with one month old and the other kid.
Oh God, yeah.
So you have 3 altogether or 2?
4.
4.
Yep,
said
3.
The oldest was 5.5?
Yep. So 5.5, 4, 2.5, and then those 3 are boys, and then we just had a little girl.
Congratulations.
Thank you. All right, we getting close to peaks here?
Yeah, I'm getting peaked.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take our egg yolks now and fold them in. So just folding means just very gently stir it in. So you want to have a frothy egg mixture. And it should look, you know, just frothy and delicious. And we're going to set that aside. And then the next step will be doing the pepper. So what we're going to do with the pepper here is you want to pick it up and kind of keep this all together, right? But you want to get flour all over the outside. Try not to get much on the inside. You're going to get a little bit because it's an open pepper, but try not to get much on the inside because that's not going to cook out really. And then once you have the pepper, the flour, we're going to dip this right into the egg batter and leave it in there as we set up our sauté pans.
Should we get a sauté pan heated up?
Yep, you can heat it over a medium heat, but you can see the way my pepper is sitting in my egg yolk. It's kind of blanketed in there. That's what we want. That's where the puff is going to come up when we make this and actually cook it. Right. So I'm going to actually switch my audio to my earbuds so that okay, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So we're going to come over to my stove while we cook the pepper.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the egg stuff. So after the flour, we're just going to dip it in the egg?
Yep, just dip it in the egg.
Oh man, mine's just coming apart.
All right, let me know when you're ready and we can get frying on these bad boys.
So how much oil do we want in the pan?
So that's just it. So it depends on the size of your pan, right? So what I'm looking for is I want enough oil that when I put my pepper in, the oil is going to rise to be about halfway up the pepper.
Okay.
So you think deep frying, but not actually fully submerging it. You want to make sure it gets that oil around it because that's what's going to allow it to pop up or puff up and give you that really awesome flavor. But it's also going to help seal it in for any cheese that's kind of oozing out or anything. And then you can, of course, test your oil just by flicking a little bit of the egg in there. Mine's not ready just yet, but it should sizzle up the egg nicely. And of course, preheating your pan is important because that'll keep your egg batter from sticking.
Thanks for putting extra cheese in the kit.
It all depends how cheesy you want. Like I tell you guys, these are your recipes once today's class, actually once you pick up the kit. So, all right, we're gonna get a little bit messy here for a second, just by picking up this pepper. So you wanna make sure the pepper, you kind of fold it over in the egg mixture to get that nice coating on both sides. And then you're gonna take it and drop it right into the pan. Now, when you put it in the pan, put it so it drops away from you like I just did, because you don't want oil to pop up at you. That would be no bueno.
And then normally when I put in, I give it a quick shake just to make sure the pepper or the eggs aren't sticking to the pan. This isn't a nonstick pan. It looks like it. It's just a black pan. But a nonstick pan will pretty much guarantee that it's not going to stick. But this black one works just fine. It's starting to pour outside. It's nice to actually cook with a window. I don't get to see outside often when I cook.
The window's open all afternoon. Now I've had to close them because of some storms passing through.
Yeah, I was at the club this morning. I heard it was gorgeous out. I mean, it was gorgeous when I went in. All right. So what's happening here is, because your pepper's already cooked, so what we're doing is we're setting that batter, and we're also melting the cheese inside. And that's kind of the beauty of what's happening with the chili relleno. And I haven't salted this yet, if you haven't noticed. And that's because, like, there's different times you can salt fried food. For this one, I love to salt it when it comes off, because I love those little pops of salt on top of that hot, crispy batter. I think it just makes it so much better. But that's a personal preference. If you want to salt it ahead of time, you could salt the flour before you put the egg in. You could salt the egg mixture. There's a million different ways you can do it. I'm actually going to get a spatula. So the hardest part about this dish is actually the initial flip, right? Because this is battery. There's a lot of oil in here. So what you do is you pull your pan down so you have less oil on top, and then you flip it. See that?
Oh.
And that's going to keep it from splashing on you, because if it splashes on you, obviously it's going to hurt, and then you're going to say a lot of words that I can't mute out of this class. So probably we shouldn't do that. So just angle your pan like that, and the oil will drain to one side. And as you can see, it's all got a nice golden brown color. So we're going to saute this through on the other side. And then at the same time, you know, whenever you're ready, I'm just going to heat my tortillas up. So I got a warm pan here just to heat up these corn tortillas. I love corn tortillas and Chiles Rellenos. I don't know. I love corn and cheese. I love corn and peppers. So it all just kind of goes together. And we gave you some extra. So normally when I do tacos, I do 2 tortillas per taco, because this is a soggy dish, right? It's got a lot of juices. So one will kind of sop it up and one will stay together to make sure you have a nice taco all together. So I'll just drop it in the pan and let these start to toast up while my pepper's cooking. And now at this point, because you have the full crust formed on the pepper, you can get a little more aggressive with it. Like, you can use your tongs to flip it over if you need to, see? And now we got a great presentation side. That open side is on the bottom, but it's all encapsulated into an egg batter, so it'll hold together. And the cheese is melted. You can see the gooiness starting to come out, which is just beautiful.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I could have used a little more cheese.
You always could. You can always use more cheese. Come on.
Well, it seemed like the poblanos weren't that big, and it was coming out as I was putting it in there. So
yeah, but they spread out nicely.
They do. You're right.
So I'm going to take my pepper out of the pan because this one's done. And now, like I said, at this point is when I'll just add a little bit of salt. And that's going to give that fresh, fried, awesome flavor with the salt, and take it over the top. And now at this point, I'm just toasting corn tortillas to make just a fantastic dinner. And then you can do one of two things. So you can take this chili relleno and you can eat it just like that. I mean, they're delicious. Or you make a great salsa to put on top. We gave you some salsa and sour cream just to kind of build some tacos at home. But you can eat them like that. You can chop them and put them in your tacos. They're, believe it or not, they're really great cold. If you like cold food, they're delicious cold. But that's it. That's kind of the whole secret to the chili relleno. Any questions?
No, not at all. Chef. Good.
Look at that. Jeff, that's awesome.
Beautiful.
Looks really great.
Good instruction.
Well, thank you. This was fun. So happy Taco Tuesday, everyone.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Right.
Take care.
Bye, Chef.
Bye.
See you, Mark.